and welcome to Catherine's Garden and Home. And I'm so good, I'm so happy to be here with you this evening because today is the first day of autumn. It is the first day of autumn, and that means that we have crossed over, we've finished with summer, and now we're heading into a different season, the season of autumn. And autumn, this season or this time, tends to be a time of celebration. We have so much going on with harvesting, and we know the people are gathering their pumpkins. I've seen pumpkins in the supermarkets of all different size and shape, and we see squash. And I also have been gathering my patty pan squash. Remember when I showed you this winter squash and I didn't know what it was? And I think it was Sonia. She said, "Oh, this is patty pan. I think that's the patty pan squash." Well, it is. I found out that it is actually patty pan squash, and I've been able to gather a whole lot. They've just been growing all over the garden, especially in the front area. And it is such a happy time. I mean, I think that they're so cute as far as decoration is concerned, but I've been actually doing some research on them and realized that they are in the same family as zucchini and summer squash and all of the other squashes, because it's of course vine-like, and that it's delicious, and it has a lot of protein, vitamin B, and other good things. That is good gut food, health food. That it feeds your gut if you eat this, and so I'm excited about the butternut, not the butternut, the patty pan squash, and gathering them. So I wanted to share that with you here today. And then also, I got this Rose of Sharon. It was a gift. It's white pillar Rose of Sharon, and it's amazing because I went over to my aunt's house and she had Rose of Sharon growing up all over in her yard, and she gave me three little seedlings of Rose of Sharon. Hello, Sonia, is that you? And I have them here, so I had this idea of Rose of Sharon on my mind, wanting to have a really nice plant. So it just so happened that I went to Costco and I picked up some fresh bulbs. I was able to get some alliums, some more daffodils, and tulips, and I did do a video on that. And then I stopped over by a home decor store and bought some new cushions for the deck here. And then I was blocked. I couldn't go out the exit that I usually go to, so I had to drive by Lowe's. And as I was going by Lowe's Garden Center, there was a young man throwing away plants. Yeah, throwing away plants. And I happened to see this Rose of Sharon there. He was about to pitch it in the dumpster. And it's a proven winner's plant. And I stopped and I pulled over and I said, can I get that plant? Do I have to pay for that? Can I get some of these plants for free? And he says, oh yeah, take as much as you want. So I went and I grabbed the proven winners, Rose of Sharon, and I put it in the car. And I also got another plant as well. It's like a tixie plant, and I had that as well. So my car was full with all this groceries and stuff. So I could only carry so much. So I was there trying to to rearrange things so I could put more plants in the car. When I went back to the guy, his boss had showed up and told him, what did you do? You're not supposed to be giving away those plants. They're supposed to go in the dumpster. It's okay, she can keep what she has, but you're gonna have to tell her that she can't have any more of those plants. Well, I was just so happy that I picked up this proven winners plant that's looking so good. Check it out. Looking so good and beautiful. And that was like 2 days ago. And now you can see it. It's blooming here on my deck, and I'm going to put it over in the jewel garden. Hello to all of you that have joined me. Yes, today is Wednesday. Hello, Autumn. Let me put on my glasses so that I can see. Yes, Sonia. Hello, Miss Catherine. Good to see you. I saw the video. Can't wait to see your allium next year. Me too. And that looks like a nice big bulb. So, flower head. I'm going to put that allium over in the jewel garden, and along with the tulips and things. So it's going to look really full and nice. You know, that area is getting very full, and I didn't really take into account that those plants would get so big so quickly. There are a lot of shrubs there that were from before, trees and things that we had cut down. So I'm going to have to really cut back those trees because they grew back. Even though we had cut down the hedge there, those hedge trees and vines and things just came back. So when the leaves come off, I'm going to go through and cut that down so that we can have more room. But it's a really full space. And then I think like the roses and the other plants that I put there, they love that spot and they're growing really well. So hello, Sonia, so good to have you with me. And I don't know if anyone else has come on, but I'm very happy to have you all come on here with this live coming together. My name is Catherine, to those who are coming on, and it is just your garden is so fruitful. Everything wants to grow there. Yeah, it seems that it is true. You're right. It does. And I think what it is that the compost that I spent the money for at the beginning of the year paid off. We got a load of compost from a local area, and it was about $100, I would say, for it. But it's the best investment ever because everywhere that I mixed some of that compost with, every place or location in the garden, that things grew and grew. And also the fact too that they were getting the sunlight. Before, in the past, the reason why I didn't really grow a lot of fruits and vegetables and things like that is because there were a lot of trees in my garden and a lot of shade. That's why I have a lot of hostas and shade-loving plants in my garden. But now that we cut down the trees and allow more sun to come into the garden, it really has opened it up to planting more fruits and vegetables and things like that. And so it's been a great investment. I've enjoyed this growing season. I've enjoyed 2021 uh, summer and growing season. I really have. It has been a dream come true, pretty much, because I didn't have the herbal tea garden. I was trying to grow stuff over there, um, and now everything that I planted, all the herbs and the different plants that I put in, they have grown up. You know, it's so full over there. And then the jewel garden area with the roses and everything. It's just been such a blessing. That's why I put count your blessings, because when I think about what it was, just empty space or not utilized space, and how it is such a beautiful space now. It's still full. I'm still learning it. and I'm still adding to it. And look at this blessing of this Rose of Sharon, white pillar Rose of Sharon, for free. And I looked up the price to see how much it would cost, and it's a good amount for the Rose of Sharon here, and to be able to rescue it and now put it in my garden. I am so excited about that. So, what's going on with you, Sonia? How are things? How are things with you and those that are listening? How have you crossed over well from summer to fall? Today's the first day of autumn. Could you believe it? September 22nd is the first day of autumn today. And even here sitting with you, it's around 5:30 here Eastern Standard Time, and it's already dark. You know the hour. It's starting to get dark early. Usually it would be bright out, but it's changing. So how things happening with you all? Come on, chat with me. Those of you who are watching, come in on the chat and greet us. Let us at least say hello to one another. hmm Yes, I love this time of year. Okay, Sonia. Balancing act. Enjoying the cooler weather makes gardening easier. Yes, yes, it does. Nice to have you. Thank you for coming. Balancing act. Nice to have you here. Yeah, the cooler weather makes it enjoyable. And yeah, being here, I remember in the past it was so hot, even though I'm a little shaded um, on my deck in the evenings. But it's very pleasant, very enjoyable, very enjoyable. Now here in the Northeast, during this time too, we're getting a lot of rain too. So I don't have to water that much. So we're getting like 3 days of sun or 2 days of sun, and then will rain. And it actually rained a little bit before I came out here, and so I don't have to water the garden. It's like it's helping me out. Hello, yes, yes. So come on, come on, come on, come on, people. Come on and greet us, and let's celebrate this new season of autumn. Hello, autumn. Hello, autumn. Yes, we made it. We made it. And love your channel. The rain helps. I love not dragging out the holes. Me too. Gardens are me. Good evening, Miss Catherine and gardening friends. Christopher, hey, happy fall. Yes. Yay! Love from NC. Yes, North Carolina. Yay! Happy fall. Happy. You know, I like the word autumn. Gardens are me. Yes. Yes. I love this time of year. I love when here in the Northeast, in October and November, our leaves turn. And because I'm surrounded by many trees, it's going to be very colorful. You know, I love color, right? So I'm going to get a lot of color, the yellows and the reds and everything of the leaves, and the browns. It's just I love the color, the autumnal colors. It's such a great thing. But how is your garden? How are you faring with your garden? Have you been able to harvest a lot of vegetables? And when you look back, Christopher finally got some rain here after a hot, dry month. I'm so happy. Good for you, Christopher. Yeah, it's. I think that this time in the fall too, we do tend to get rain. It tends to rain, and everything greens up again. It's almost reminds me of like like spring. You know how in spring it rains and everything's green and lush, and we kind of go out that way again, colorful green and lush. And then we get the cold weather, a frost hits, and that's it. But in the meantime, we have fall. Yay! Yeah, I'm actually growing more sunflowers. Wow, that's cool. I'm still eating tomatoes and cucumbers from my garden, Garden Army. That's good. That's good. Yeah. Okay, so talking about veggies, look what I have here. Do you see this? It's called a patty pan squash. This is new to me, something new that I'm growing in my garden. I got a packet of burpee seeds, and it said, but winter squash medley, and it was just burpee seeds, and I planted them out, and I didn't know what I was getting, and one of them, a lot of the seeds, ended up being this, the patty pan squash. Isn't it cute? Look at that. And so I showed it to you all earlier in the year when they started to develop, because I've never seen them before. And now that's, isn't it adorable? Yeah. Um, and um, and so I wanted to learn more about them. How does it taste? I don't know yet. I actually um, decided that I would look it up. I looked it up here, and they have plenty of recipes that you can, yeah, okay, what, Rambo, how are you, honey? Oh, how does it taste? I've seen them picked small and pickled. Yeah, some people have done that, and then they show, I don't know if you could see this, my little phone that I'm, you see that? They have it like stuffed. Yeah, people stuff it. This is a quick stop. It's late here. I know. But I'm always happy for you to stop by. And it's so good to say hello, Autumn. Hello, Autumn, Rambo. Good to have you here with us. Say hello to everyone. And we're celebrating this new season that we're beginning. And we're also grateful for the summer season. And it has been a very productive season. Yes, God bless to all. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Have a good night. Have a good night. So good to have you stop by on a Wednesday evening. And I know you're in the UK, so it's nighttime for you. So get some rest, sweet dreams, and all of that, the good stuff. But yeah, so I wanted to show off my beautiful patty pan, my patty pan squash. Something different, something new that I've never grown before. But they say that you could use it like a dip or this phone keeps, stay safe all, they are beautiful, yes. And I have some others too that are orange too. It's a type of squash that's like orange. It can be different colors. It could be orange, green, and also striped. But mine tend to be this whitish color. It says patty pan squash is a variety. See you next time. Okay, Rambo, thank you for stopping by. I truly appreciate it. Have a nice night. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Patty pan squash is a variety of summer squash notable for its small size, round and shallow shape, and scalloped edges, somewhat resembling a small toy top or flying saucer. The name patty pan derives from a pan for baking a patty, and that's according to Wikipedia. And then they have some questions here. People also ask, can you eat the skin of the patty pan squash? Oh, hit the thumbs up for Miss Catherine. Yay! Yes, hit the thumbs up. I made it. You made it. Thank you, Rambo. Yes, thumbs up. Yes, thumbs up. Yes, it says, can you eat? People also ask, can you eat the skin of patty pan squash? So I'm just gonna go through and give you some info. It said, but I soon learned that patty pan or Kimberling squash is a member of the cucurbita family of summer squash with edible skins. So the skin is edible, seeds are edible, and very moist flesh. No peeling necessary. It makes a worthy substitute for zucchini or marrow. So it's from the same family as the zucchini, and you can eat the skin. You can eat the skin. You don't have to peel it. Let me see. How do you cut patty pan squash? So it seems like you can cut them in halves or you can chop them up. Just whatever you do, you can do with zucchini. You can also do with the patty pan squash. What does patty pan squash taste like? Okay, this is for you, Christopher. They're very similar to zucchini, but oop, there's a bee. They're very similar to zucchini, but a teeny bit sweeter. Wow, that's good. Patty pan squash tastes best when young and small. You let them grow too much and they'll taste like a potato. Wow. So I guess this is too big. It's going to taste like potato. So I guess you can use it as a substitute, as a side dish for potato and things like that. Is patty pan squash good for you? Patty pan is a good source of magnesium, niacin, and vitamins A and C. One cup contains approximately 20 to 30 calories and no fat. Hi from Australia. Hey, Pete. How are you? Brampton Garner. Hello, chat. Hello, everyone. Hey, Rachel. How are you? Thank you for coming by. You know about patty pan, right? Patty pan squash. That's what I'm talking about. Does patty pan squash need to be refrigerated? Look for the smallest patty pans you can find, no bigger than 2 to 3 inches, if possible, so you'll be able to enjoy them whole. Patty pan squash will keep for a few days stored in the fridge, unwashed and sealed in plastic. The smaller the squash, the sooner it should be used. Well, I have some that are on my table. Yeah, but I'm thinking that what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut them up, blanch them, and freeze it. And put it in the freezer so that I can have it. Because that's what I do with my zucchini. I've been chopping them up, putting them in freezer bags, and putting them in the freezer so that I'll have them for soups and things. Can you freeze squash and zucchini without blanching? Yes, you can freeze zucchini without blanching it. Blanching vegetables before you freeze them is thought to deactivate their enzymes, which could potentially cause discoloration or make vegetables mushy. So you can freeze it without blanching it, but blanching it just helps to help it to keep its form. So it says, much like zucchini, patty pan is a type of summer squash that's meant to be enjoyed while the skin is still soft and thin. So there's no need to peel it. Its flying saucer-like shape is very distinctive, and the sculpted edges of the fruits are the genius of its other common name. Okay, so that's enough of that. But I just wanted to share this with you. Yeah, we've been talking about it. I asked you all what it was. I think Sonia was the one who told me that it was patty pan, and they are growing like crazy in the garden. I just happened to harvest these two, and I have some other small pumpkins like ones, and then I have some orange ones that look more like acorn squash. And so I'm going to definitely indulge. And I just think they look so festive. They look, doesn't this look like fall? Yeah, it looks fall to me. And then I have been collecting, I left my pumpkin. I have two pumpkins already, jack-o'-lantern sized pumpkins that I've gathered from my garden. And it is so exciting. And come on, tell me what's happening with you all. How are things, Rachel? Rachel, how are things going for you in your garden? You getting things together? And we have Pete and Sonia and Christopher. And Pete is in Australia. Wow, that's cool. And Rambo had to leave. Rambo was here. But thank you so much for you all stopping by. I just want to say hello, autumn. Could you believe it? The summer is over. The summer is over. All of this rush during springtime to plant our seeds, gather the, put everything in the soil, get everything together. And now we are now at the end of summer, heading into autumn. This is autumn, first day. Oh my goodness. So what are you all planning for the rest of this autumn season? What are you doing in your gardens? What are you getting together? Come on, tell me, tell me, tell me. Well, Ava uh, asked some questions, and maybe you all can help me. She's not on today, right now. I don't see her on now, but we could talk a little bit about this. She had asked, what do you compost? How and what do you compost? And this is a great time to set up a compost pile, I think. Are any of you composting? Have compost or will be composting? You can share what you are putting in your compost pile. Hi, me. Hi, Sonia. I have a bunch of plants that need to get planted before the winter comes. Oh, wow. Yes. Talking about that. Yes. So, our spring gardens are just starting to sprout. Oh, yeah, that's right, because you're in Australia. Yeah, so you're on a different time cycle. Yeah, so you're now heading into spring when we're starting our autumn. That's true, Pete. Yeah. So you're where we are, where we were, and we're gonna be where you are. You know what I mean? But anyway, Christopher, I got this beautiful. Let me bring it over so you can see. Look at this. I got a white pillar rose of Sharon, proven winners shrub. And the story is this. I happened to be driving by Lowe's. I went to do some shopping and I happened to be driving by Lowe's. And there at the garden center, there was this young man throwing plants away. Could you believe it? He was just throwing them in the dumpster. On the top rack there, I commented about that earlier. I think you missed it. What? Oh, about the plantings? Oh, okay. I probably missed it. Yeah. Anyway, I saw this rose of Sharon plant there, and it looked healthy good. And I'm saying, are you throwing that away? Do I have to pay for it? Since you're throwing it away, he says, oh, you can have any of them that you want. You can have it for free. Well, I grabbed this plant, the rose of Sharon plant, and I was taking it to my car in another plant. I only had, my two hands to be able to lift it up. Yeah, they do, Christopher. They destroy plants. They were just dumping. He was just dumping it, and they showed a little brown, but I guess they were clearing out to put in probably more plants, like mums and so forth. So they didn't have the clearance area, but the plants were pretty decent. I mean, they had some browning, but yeah. When I was at Home Depot recently, I saw so many perfect plants getting thrown out. Yeah. Well, I was blessed. That's why I said count your blessings. That's part of why I was talking about counting your blessings. Because I didn't have to pay for this Rose of Sharon plant. And this plant is going in my garden up front in the sunny area. Yeah, in my jewel garden area. I am going to put this Rose of Sharon plant. I'm so happy you were there to save that Rose of Sharon. It's beautiful. It is gorgeous. And it just actually, I got it like 2 days ago. And this morning, I don't know if you could see that there's a bee in there already. But the flower is absolutely gorgeous. And it's getting a lot of glare. Let me see if I can move it around here. But absolutely beautiful. And then it's a name brand plant. Proven winners. Oh, look at that. I said that was a blessing. What a gift. I didn't even have to pay for it. And I also got some tick seed. It has yellow flowers. And I was going back to get some more. And then the young man, he said, I'm sorry, I wasn't supposed to give them to you. My boss said that I can't give you any more flowers. And he was so well mannered. He says, ma'am, I'm sorry to tell you, but my boss informed me that I cannot give you any more of the flower of the plants. And he said, but you can keep the ones that you have. I was like, oh man, I should have grabbed more. Very nice. It'll be lovely in your garden. Thank you, Sonia. Then I got greedy. I said, oh man, I should have grabbed more. Why did I pick up more? I moved too slow. Oh no. But then I said, I told the young man, thank you so much. I'm grateful. And I just put my stuff and just went on my way. But I'm saying, wow, if I had to pay for that, it's a gift. It's a gift. It's a good like $30 worth of plants that I got, the two. Yeah, I know, I know. I saw this other plant too. It was in the Proving Winners pot, but it was the condition of it wasn't that great. I think it probably had died out. That one, that particular one. But then Proving Winners, their root systems are really good. So maybe I should have taken that one. I don't know. Around the house with Cheryl. How are you? Hi, Catherine. Hi. How are you? Happy autumn. Happy autumn, happy autumn. I love living in the New England area. Um, do all of you experience the four seasons? I love experiencing the four seasons because you can't get bored in the garden. When you have the the fall, then you have winter because we get snow. Fall, winter, and then you have the spring and the summer. I'll be planting the daffodils, tulips, and some alliums later this month. I have a small compost bin, but I put eggshells, banana peels, vegetable leaves, grass clippings, and leaves. Great, great. Yeah, I was talking about composting. Yeah, so for those of us who are now transitioning in fall, this is a good time to set up a corner. I'm in the country and I compost anything organic. That's great. That's great. I'm of course in the city. So what I've done, and you can put compost anywhere, and you can, some people. I love the four seasons in the garden. Yeah, me too, Cheryl. I love it. I love it. I love it. So I'm looking forward to autumn. Yes, all four seasons, plenty to do, either with plants or preparing the beds. Balancing act. Hi, yes, that's true. I don't have to worry about making any smells for neighbors to fuss about, Lo. That's true. Yeah. But I don't put, I've made a compost pile. My husband has a section over there by the veggie patch that I was starting as the veggie patch, where we place the leaves. I know that's right, Christopher. Gardens are me. Where we put the leaves and grass clippings and also any debris from the garden. We put it over there and let it compost down. Me either, Christopher, because I am in the country too. Oh, you're in the country too, Cheryl? Yeah. Well, I'm glad that we all can come together. Yeah, and gardening is gardening. Yes. In the country or in the city. If you have some dirt, you can put it in the soil. Put the plant in the soil. But my compost never smells anyway. You just have to make sure you have the right green to brown ratio. Exactly. The right green to brown ratio. So now in the fall, I'll be able to take the leaves, because I have a lot of oak tree leaves and a maple tree here. And so that gives two different types of leaf, maple tree, oak tree. And we also have a mulberry tree that is growing there, but it's a male mulberry tree. It doesn't seem to fruit, but the leaves come down, and so we're able to gather the leaves and put it there. Then, of course, my husband cuts the grass, so the grass then provides the green, you know, and then also the the different, you know, because everything's dying back, the garden waste, we're able to put it over there as well too. And during the winter time, it's because of the rain and you know, the rain and the snow and everything. The um, by the spring, early spring, it has created some really great compost on the bottom. So what we do is we just dig out, you know, dig down to a certain level. And because we've been doing this over time too, a lot of the dirt at the bottom is really, really good stuff. So my husband actually, what he's been doing is the nitrogen and carbon. That's right, Christopher. What he's been doing is actually um, digging up that compost, and he's been spreading it around the beds um, now. So when I put the bulbs in, they will be very healthy. You know, I'll have some really good tulips, and anything that I plant now is going to grow because of the fact that we've been using that compost that we've been actually allowing to develop over the spring and the summer, and you know, and so forth, because we keep piling it on, and then the land gets to rest during the winter. So for those months, they say, I think it's like 6 to 8 months in allowing the debris to decompose. Yeah, and so that's how we compost. We do it the lazy way. I don't have all these different bins and things. No, that's just, you know, some people just, and I don't use kitchen scraps and things like that because I don't want to attract any rodents. I'm here in the city, and they if they smell things, they will come. So I don't want to have any rodents or any the raccoons and skunks. They wander through, and so I don't want to attract them to my garden. Um, they tend to come and go, which is a wonderful thing. And but I think if they could smell the food, that um, they will stay. And I don't want them to stay here. No, we don't have any place for them. But I do have a lot of squirrels, and they love to bury the acorns because we have um, oak trees around, and they drop acorns, and so the squirrels eat the acorns. Um, and Yeah, so that's that. So when you are doing composting, you don't want to put any dairy, meat, anything like that. Sometimes I just dig a hole, put in my scraps, and cover it up around the house with Cheryl. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You could do that too. Um, and You know, some people, when they are cleaning up and weeding and so forth, they chop, and drop. There's a gardener friend of mine, Supreme Family Gardener, Supreme. He talked a lot about. He's in Florida. He talked a lot about chop and drop. You can compost anything if you're brave enough. Yeah, yeah. And so what he does is he takes when he is going around and weeding, he just chops off that, and he cuts it up really small, and he just sprinkles it around at the root, around the base of whatever it is, and allows it to decompose. So that's another method too, the chop and drop method. And some people cover their beds with leaves too, and allow it to as a mulch, but then that decomposes as well. And I've heard it said too that the leaves, when you put the leaves on the bed or on your beds, that the snow and the rain, it almost works as a tea to enrich the ground. You know how people make tea, they make the nettle tea and so forth. Well, when you put the leaves on the ground and the snow and the rain and so forth, that the nutrients from the leaves are actually going into the ground. Now, in the spring, you would want to remove that, I think, too, because you don't want to have slugs and things like that. Yes, I leave the leaves on the beds in my cutting garden. Yeah, yeah, and it feeds the ground. It feeds the soil. Um, so it's like, giving it tea. Because, of course, the sun hits on it, too, as well, right? And warms up the bed, and it helps it to decompose, and all the nutrients seep back into the garden. So that's one of the things that I wanted to talk about. How and what do you compost? So later on, I will do a real video on it, but I just wanted to get your opinion and what you do as far as composting is concerned. Anyone else has any tips? Anyone else composts? Or come on, share some of your gardening tips. Let us grow, 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 grow together in Catherine's garden at home. Yeah, yeah. As we say, hello, autumn. Bye bye, summer. And hello, autumn. But for Pete, it's like, hello, spring. Bye bye, winter. Right, Pete, in Australia? You're singing a different tune. But, yeah. What did you say, Christopher? If you compost meat, the soldier flies will make quick work of it. My trick is to top everything with coffee grounds when I put in compost. I drink so much coffee that I always have some on hand. Yeah, that's a good thing. I've been composting my kitchen scraps, but I think I need more green material. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, so the kitchen scraps would be like your fruits and vegetables, the things that you're cutting up as you are doing your preps and so forth. But you don't want to put like dairy or meats in there, and and you want to make sure too that you can balance it. The other thing is that you can compost cardboard. Hello everyone, first time here from Dallas, Texas, from 37 on. Come, hello. Sonia, try coffee grounds. It's considered a nitrogen. Yes. Hello, how are you? Great to have you coming on here at Catherine's Garden at Home, where we grow, 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 grow together. I am Janet Tail X what? I am Janet Alexis. Hello, what state are you in? I am in Boston, Massachusetts, the city of Boston, Massachusetts, zone 6. Yes, veggies and fruit, coffee grounds, eggshells. I am Janet Alexis. Nice to have you. You're in Maryland, 7A. Okay, you're not too far away. My brother lives in Maryland. And um, from 37 on is in Texas, Dallas. Well, you're on a whole different zone, right? They're in Dallas, Texas. Yeah. Do you watch Cheryl's Garden? Um, Cheryl's Food Forest? Yeah, and she's in Texas. I don't know if she's in Dallas, but when she talks about the things that she grows there in Dorchester, that's where I'm from. Dorchester. Oh, Dorchester, you mean Massachusetts, that's where you're from? Oh, but you live in Maryland. Yes. Oh, that's cool. Dorchester, I'm not too far from Dorchester. hmm All right. That's good. So you know the Boston area, huh? I'm in the Boston area, neighborhood here in Boston. Yeah. So, you know, our climates and stuff. Yeah, zone 8BA, and no, never heard of her, but we'll look into her page. Thank you. Okay, sometimes I bake banana peels to grind them. The roses love that. Spread around them. Yes, Christopher. Yeah, so that's what I do with my banana peels. I take them and my old bananas, rotten bananas and so forth, I I drop them actually around the rose bushes and bury them under the rose bushes. And they really help. Like my Eden climbing rose here, it is growing like crazy. You see my Eden climbing rose bush there? Yeah, it's growing and it's actually shooting out some roses here. I'm getting a second wind of roses. And the roses love the banana peels, and it's because of the potassium. They really enjoy the potassium. Gorgeous. Yeah, so I don't know if we got to really see anything there, but yeah, they are gorgeous. And here on the balcony in the spring, in June, it's just covered in roses. Just a beautiful sight. Yeah. So, thank you. That's a good tip for my roses. Yes, it is. It works, Sonia. It does work. And it gives them, but some people do like what Christopher does. Some people kind of roast them, dry it out, and then sprinkle it like an ash around the base. But I don't do all of that. I just they're all smushy and rotten and so forth. So I just dig a hole or trench it and then just cover them in there and dig a hole and cover it. Um, I do that with the banana peels, and it works. So that's with composting, and that is something that we can definitely at this time of the year start to consider in the fall. How can we nourish our beds, our garden beds, and our grounds? And for me, compost really helped me to be able to grow a really good garden. And I paid for the compost at the beginning of the year. I had a truckload come in, you know, and not a truckload. It seemed like a lot, but I forget two. I forget exactly the amount, but it was enough to really cover the whole garden. And every plant, as I was planting, I made sure that I added that compost to the soil around it. And it allowed me to have a really flourishing, happy garden. And that's why I'm able to grow these patty pan squash, and I've been collecting my butternut. I have butternut squash and also pumpkins. So far, harvesting them. A lot of zucchini. Your garden is beautiful. Thank you. Thank you, I am Janet. And or Janet. It's been a really good year. My grandmother dug in fish heads under her plants, and it seemed to work great. Just a bit smelly. No, if I that's not a good idea for me here, because I've got raccoons traveling through, skunks traveling through, and the rodents and everything. And but the thing is that I want them to keep going. I don't want to bring them this way. I want them to keep traveling. And thank God that I haven't seen them a lot. I haven't seen a lot of any of them this year. So it's a good thing. I think my garden has been fairly clean. Yeah, and they don't seem to be attracted here. I used to have a lot of cats. Yeah, I used to have a lot of cats wandering here. There was a lady, we used to call her the cat lady. I've done that with fish too. Now I use 511. Okay. But you live in the country. Both you, Christopher, and Cheryl, you live in the country so that you can possibly do that. But in the city, I wouldn't recommend that. Yeah. The other thing is that I was asked about it from Ava. Ava didn't come on, but she asked the question, have you designed permaculture into your garden? The permaculture, that whole idea of the no dig method or the back to Eden method, that whole idea of feeding the garden and being very organic and allowing to make sure that you have a diversified garden, that you have different things, that you have your summer fruits and vegetables that we plant, like the zucchini, like the patty patty pan and so forth, but you could also have fruit trees. So you want perennial plants that will come back. Then we have our annuals that we plant, like our tomatoes, cucumbers, and so forth. And then you have also your shrubs, like your raspberries and your blueberries and things like that. And then you have your trees where you have your peaches, your apples, and so forth. So if there's a diverse, uh, uh, permaculture is having a diverse, garden where you have different plants and so forth growing in your garden. But then also with that too, some people have chickens, and those that are in the country, you can have chickens and goats and things like that. Any of you do permaculture that are on that can speak to that a little bit more? Um, I have tried to create what I call a little food forest. And so I'm growing figs. My fig trees, my figs are growing and ripening. They're so delicious. I have plums. I practice permaculture. You do? Okay. Um, could you type in a little bit could you chat a little bit about that? Um, how does it work out for you? Um, in my garden, as I said, I have figs, plums. I have two apple trees, but they haven't fruited yet. Uh, actually, I have three. One of them did, but the squirrels ate them. I have a pear tree, and I have an Asian pear tree, and a peach tree. And they're small, but they're growing. They did fruit, but a lot of them, the squirrels attacked. The squirrels got to them before I could. And then aphids got my plums. But my figs are so delicious. Even today, I picked one of my figs, my Chicago Henson burst, Henson burst fig tree. The fig, and it was so delicious. It tastes like jam, like grape jelly, and it was so tender and nice. So that's what to me permaculture is about, and also what we've been doing with the composting, and then the other thing is the no dig method, the back to Eden method with wood chips. I've done a little bit of that. I've done a little bit of the no dig by putting layer of excuse me, somebody's burning something. I don't know what that is, but anyway, it caused me to sneeze. So pardon me. Um, but that also is something that we can later talk about. But I just wanted just to say thank you. We're running, it's almost an hour now, but I just want to say thank you to all of you who've come and joined me here at Catherine's Garden and Home. We meet on Wednesdays. I try to do live every Wednesday at around 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we share and talk. I try to show something, and if you have questions, you can ask them and to give some gardening tips, but really want to talk about the joy of the season and also build community. So I'm so happy that you are willing to give me some of your time tonight and stop in and to actually get in the chat. Yay! It just amazes me here on YouTube that we can all come together from different parts of the country, East Coast, West Coast, North and South, all around the world. Figs, grapes, pears, elderberries, raspberries, and nectarines. Woo! I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Are your plants big? Are you harvesting from them? Yes. Are your plants big? Janet, you said you're in Maryland. Wow, elderberry. That's good. I need to check out elderberry because the elderberry syrup is supposed to be really good for the immune system. Yeah, I don't have that. So that's something to think to grow. I've done no dig for 10 years. Wow. Have you had great success with the no dig method? Obviously, because you've been doing it for 10 years, but thank you. Yeah, that is great. And I love the fact that you have all of these things figs, grapes. Oh, I put in a grapevine in the pot, and, I'm wanting to grow grapes too, but I have to just get a structure for it. Wow, that is fantastic, Janet. That's cool. 10 years. So everything must be fruiting really well now. You are able to harvest. And that is the whole thing with the permaculture and with gardening because those are perennials and they will come back next year. Every year now so that you will have food. You are self-sufficient. You will not starve. You'll be able to go out there and pick yourself some fruit. Yeah, and if you space it out right, you can have some early fruiting fruit trees and things, and some late fruiting fruit trees, and that can carry you through the winter. Like if you do pears and apples and things like that, then you can store them. If you store them, you have a root cellar, you can store them through the winter and enjoy some of those fresh fruits and veggies, or canning. I'm not into canning, I don't, but freezing, yeah, yeah. So this has been really great. Thank you so much. But the whole idea, I'm going to end on this note. I am so thankful, and I want to say to all of you that are listening, yes, the best. I want to say to all of you that have come to join me. In my system, I have rain catchment, no dig, huge cultor. What is that? Gardening for wildlife to bring in the beneficial critters and grow all kinds of fruit trees and medicinal plants. Oh my goodness. Christopher, you're an expert. Thanks for having us. Wow. Well, that's the same thing here. Balancing act. Have a blessed one, Catherine and friends. Thank you, Balancing Act. Pebbles, sending love, miss you. Hey, Pebbles, how are you? So good to see you. I'm so glad you came by. Happy, happy autumn. We're finished with summer. We're heading into autumn. Could you believe it? Yes. Hughes Coulter is pretty cool. Check it out. I'm going to have to. Yeah. Huge Coulter. I've never heard of that. We'll learn something new. Pebbles, how are you doing, sweetheart? It's so nice to have you come up in the chat. I hope all is well with you and your family. Yeah, blessings to you. This is the time to count your blessings, people. And we need to be just grateful. This is the season and the time for gratitude. And when you're able to harvest, plant your own food, and pick it and eat it, and even just, I'm good, and you? I'm doing real well, thank you, honey. Yes, it's pronouncing Hugo, Hugo culture. Okay, Hugo culture. Wow, that's something different. Sonia, have you ever heard of Hugo culture? Wow, everyone. We've all learned something from Christopher. He's added to the info here. Well, let us just keep a positive attitude. I know that things may be happening around us, but let us stay positive and let us continue to. Happy autumn, everyone. Enjoy your evening. That patty pan squash is nice. Does it taste good? Well, they say that it's sweet. I haven't tasted it yet, but I will let you know. And I love squash. love zucchini. They say it's similar to zucchini, but that is much more sweeter. And they said the smaller, actually, this is probably kind of large. They say the smaller it is, the more sweeter it is. But like this size, it's like a potato. It's almost like a side dish, like potato. Yeah, yeah. That sounds yummy. Yeah, and then I saw a lot of recipes on YouTube where you can dig out the center of it and then put like like ground beef or whatever it is that you want inside or whatever natural stuff, and then put a little cheese on top and put it in the oven, and it tastes really good. So I'm going to try that out with some, or you could, put other vegetables inside. I'm sure it'll taste good like that too. Let me see. Yummy. Have you been to the beautiful gardens in Newport, Rhode Island? No, I haven't. Beautiful. No, I haven't been to the beautiful gardens in Newport, Rhode Island, but maybe there's something for me to find out about. Yeah. But I want to just say thank you all for all of you coming and joining me here at Catherine's Garden and Home. And I just want to wish you a beautiful autumn. May you be blessed. May you experience peace still in your garden, the joy of your gardens, that you will enjoy the process of cleanup, and let every moment count. It's amazing how it's getting dark so soon now. Before, it was so lovely. Love your hair. I miss your beautiful voice. I'll be joining your lives. Oh, thank you. I'm on my other channel, Pebbles, in the morning at 8 o'clock. I've been doing 8 o'clock lives at 8 a.m. On my other channel that you found me on, and we're working through the book of Proverbs. So if you want to join us in the morning there, yes, I remember, yeah, at 8 o'clock. And I go for an hour. We're going through our Proverbs challenge. So, yeah. But then here on this channel, Catherine's Garden, I know you like the English garden style. Are you following the RHS Chelsea Flower Show? Yes, I am. Yes, I do. You know who I love? Habiba Duval. You know who I love to watch on Saturdays? Monty Don. Oh, Monty, I love him. Monty Don's show, Gardener's World. That's my show every Saturday. And then sometimes I go back and I listen to the replay. I replay it. Yeah, yeah, the Chelsea show. They have the Chelsea show. And then here in Boston, if you ever grow acorn squash, there's a great recipe for acorn squash pie. It tastes kind of like pumpkin pie. Oh, yes, I do. Actually, I had a bunch of burpee seeds, and it says winter squash. I love Monty Don too. He's great. Yeah, he's my gardening idol. I mean, or mentor, I should say. I love his style. You know how he has the jewel garden? That's where I got the name for a jewel garden. And acorn squash is delicious. I got pumpkins too. I got a nice pumpkin, and I'm going to be making myself some pumpkin pie there as well. So it's all good. It's all good, good, good. That's one thing I like about this time of the year in the fall too, because we're gonna go apple picking, and I'm gonna take you all with me when I go apple picking with my daughter. We usually go apple picking in September or end of the beginning of October, around that time. Yeah, but you can go apple picking. You can make pumpkin pie. Soups and things. Good correction, Miss Catherine. Mentor, not idol. Ha ha ha. That's true. Yeah, he's a mentor. I don't idol nobody. Idolize nobody. No, I don't. I have one lover of my soul, and if you know what I'm talking about, no sir, no, that's why I had to correct myself. He's a mentor. Yes, sirree. Yes, yes, yes. Amen. Amen is right, honey. That's why I am grateful. I give thanks, and this is the time of gratitude. From 37 on, look up BBC Garden Rescue. It's a Great British Garden Show. Yeah, I saw that too. And you know who else I like? I like Carol Keen. Carol. You know who Carol? Sometimes she's um, with Monty Don, and she had a series on Great Gardens of Britain or something like that, and she talked about carrot Klein. Yeah, is Klein? Clean? Klein. Yes, that's her. Yeah. Oh, I enjoyed her series. That was so good. And the gardens, oh my goodness, just beautiful. That's something that you just turn on, you just let it replay and just let them run, you know. And so for the winter, we'll be able to enjoy watching and dreaming and so forth. But in the meantime, let's get busy in our own gardens and make sure that we make it our beautiful space too, because we can have that too. We can create. We've got the power to create. Yes, we do. We got the power to create. Yes. I'm getting silly. I'm feeling so happy. You guys make me so happy. Oh my goodness. You, my gardening fellow friends. I mean, it's so good to be able to communicate with people who feel the same way about their gardens and about gardening life. So I really thank you for coming and joining me here at Catherine's Garden and Home. Thank you so much for your comments. Thank you for stopping by. Make sure if you like our discussion to hit the like button and also share my garden with others. I'm trying to grow my channel. So share my channel with your friends and family and your subscribers. And I will check out your channels as well and let us grow together. Yeah, because it's about building community, growing together, and helping and supporting one another in these trying times. Bringing a little bit of joy, a little heaven on earth. Do you have an Instagram page? Um, Not really. I have an Instagram page, but it's tied to my other channel. But I'm thinking of making a Instagram page exclusively for this channel, Catherine's Garden and Home. Yeah. But I do like to take pretty pictures and so forth. And I do put it on my Instagram. But it's on my other Instagram feed. But I will, we can check each other out and share information, and I'm just so thankful. Thank you so much for joining me here, and have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Celebrate the time, celebrate these times. Don't allow the negative things that are going on in the world to to destroy your spirit. Guard your heart. Guard your spirit by thinking of things that are beautiful, taking time to relax in your garden. When you're meditating in your garden, just enjoy it. Have conversations with people that are like minded. And, we pray for the situation in the world. There's a lot of chaos going on in Haiti, and and the Haitian people in Texas, and the migrants, and all of the different issues that are going on. And so we pray for them, and we want the best for them. We want things to work out well. But also we want to make sure that we are grateful, that we have an attitude of gratitude, and that we are thankful for the blessings of our gardens and from our garden. because we are definitely blessed. Know that you are blessed. Count your blessings. This is the season and the time to count your blessings, even for the good, even for things that you may even not even recognize. Just being able to communicate here. I'm thankful. This is the time for gratitude. Just the time for gratitude. Gratitude. Okay? Be thankful and things will work out for you. Well, my wonderful people, I want to say good evening and thank you so much for joining with me. So, thank you to all of you that commented and visited. Thank you so much. And Pete, all the way in Australia, Sonia, all the way in Cali, California, and Christopher, and NC, and Balancing Act, uh, Gardens Are Me, Around the House with Cheryl, Gardens Are Me, Christopher, Balancing Act, Christopher, all of you who have stopped by. I'm trying to go through so I don't miss anyone. And for those who are first time, Pete, thank you for coming by. From 37 on, thank you. From Dallas, Texas, welcome, welcome, welcome. Cheryl, thank you for stopping by. Yes, Janet, thank you. Sonia, my girl, Pebbles, and it was fun. And I had Rambo here too. And then those who are going to listen to the replay, um, may you have a wonderful, wonderful night. Abiba, good to have you joining me. Thank you so much. Good day. Thanks, Catherine. You're welcome. Thank you, I should say. Thank you for coming by. Since they're just starting their day in Australia, take care all. Yeah. Be safe. Be safe, everybody. Stay positive. Continue to have a blessed week, Miss Catherine and gardening friends. Yeah. Stay safe and, guard your heart. Guard your heart and keep the joy. Let the garden give you joy. And thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to taste these. I can't wait to cook my patty pan and to plant my Rosa Sharon. So look for that. I might just do a video on it and I'll let you see what I come up with. But anyway, have a wonderful evening. Thank you. As we grow together in Catherine's garden and home. Come on and grow together in Catherine's garden and home. That's right, you and me grow together. Catherine's garden and home. Come on, sing with me. Grow together. Yeah, Catherine's garden and home. Shifting, yes. Sifting some soil. That's right. Grow together. Catherine's garden and home. That reminds me of that guy on Fresh Prince. You know how he used to go like that? Grow together. Catherine's garden and home. Have a wonderful evening. Bye, everybody. See you. Carlton. That's right. His name was Carlton. Grow together. Bye, Christopher.